Welcome back, Panther fans. This is Panther Tales with your host, with Sam Team. This was my birthday week. I've been slacking a little bit on the videos, but I'm all caught up now. This is my last podcast I have to do before I'm all caught up with things. So with the birthday, with all these games going on, with life, with work, everything like that, it's just been tough to get to it. But hey, we're here now. We're making the podcast. We have a bye week, so this was my bye week technically, but this week really allowed me to do this catching up. So it's been a great week. I'm 34 now. Shaq year. We're about to dunk on these hoes, and we're gonna keep it going. So this week, I'm gonna have my brother, since he's here for my birthday. I'm gonna have him tell his Panther story, why he's a fan, and his favorite moment from being a fan. So take it away, Tamel.
Panther Tales. This is your first guest, Tamer Al-Yatim. I am Wesam's brother, and this is my story of why I became a Panther fan. And honestly, it's not too thrilling, but one of the biggest reasons why we're Panthers fan is we were born in North Carolina, born and raised, Charlotte blood. This is our home. This is our team. Our parents kind of being not Americans, not from here. We didn't really have any fandom coming in, so it's kind of just pick what you get, and Carolina was our home, and so luckily this is why we became fans of the Carolina Panthers, and we'll keep pounding forever. So probably one of my favorite memories growing up. The whole 2015 season in and of itself was awesome just to be a part of, because kind of core memory just to grow with the team and see Cam. But really, I think one of the more kind of cool moments that I got to experience kind of before everything was the game when we were in Jacksonville, and when we played Jacksonville here in Carolina, and crazy rain game. This is only one of the maybe third game I've ever been to in my life, and crazy monsoon season. Everybody's going inside, and next thing I know is I see Jay Stu trucking it down the field, running hard as hell, and rain going everywhere, and he scores a touchdown. And honestly, just from that moment on was one of the special moments of why sports are what they are and how they can make an impact on your life. And one of the cool moments I've got to experience, and hopefully we get a lot more of those moving forward, and hope the team is on the right trajectory. But so that's it for where I came from, and hope this team can continue to turn it around.
Thank you, Tamel. Thank you, Tam L. Tam L. That's his name if he was from Superman. All right, guys. So we have two games to talk about that we've already that already happened. I haven't been able to talk about it. I left off at the San Francisco Monday night game, so let's go ahead and recap that game. That game fucking sucked ass, okay? Maybe the most frustrating game of the season. It's just the story of the game. 3 turnovers, 3 points. Unacceptable. Was a really bad game. Christian McCaffrey, he had a good game, but it wasn't like he was killing us. We were killing ourselves, honestly. Anytime we had any sort of momentum, we shot ourselves in the foot. Boom, we were done. So, really frustrating game. Even though it was so bad, we were in it the whole time, which is the craziest thing. And if Tet's arm or Tetaroa's arm doesn't get pulled, and Bryce doesn't throw that interception, or if Fitzgerald makes that field goal, 57-yard field goal, you never know what could happen. But honestly, all in all, it wasn't our night. Most of us sane fans would have known that this was going to be a tough game anyways, just because, first off, we didn't have any primetime games last year. Let's go ahead and talk about that. They're not ready for that. They play 1 o'clock games on Sunday. That's what they're used to. It's just something with the success that we're getting now. They will become more comfortable in these primetime environments. And that's why making the playoffs this year would be so important, because everything is primetime then. Doesn't matter if it's 1, 4, Saturday, Sunday. Doesn't matter what time the game is. It's all primetime because everyone's watching your game. So hopefully we can make that push. I really, really believe we will, but we'll talk about that in a second. So that was the San Francisco game. Reaction video out now. Let's go ahead and talk about the scores for Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, okay. Shit. All right, yeah. Yeah, okay. I think. Did I say Thanksgiving scores already? I don't think I did. It was Monday and then Thanksgiving. Monday Night Football, then, right? Okay. All right. All right. So I have if I said these, fuck it. We'll review them. So Green Bay versus Detroit. Green Bay won 31-24. Green Bay might be back to being the team that people thought they would be. Dallas versus Kansas City. Dallas won 31-28 to keep their season alive, but they just lost on Thursday Night Football. That game did happen. Yeah, they lost. So, well, we'll see. They're still in the hunt. Cincinnati versus Baltimore. Cincinnati won 32-14. With Joe Burrow coming back, looking like a baller. Chicago versus Philly. Big Cat versus Max. 24-15. Chicago won. Chicago's rolling. So I know people are going to say Philly's a good team and stuff, but I'm still not convinced. It's truly going to be this week when they versus Green Bay, which, once again, we could talk about in a second. This is the game. If they win today, I have nothing else to say. But I think that's the same point that Big Cat was making too. But, yeah, Green Bay's like the complete team. That's also what made me start believing in the Panthers too. Our season when we beat Green Bay. So it's really the measuring stick game. And then you had San Francisco 26, Cleveland 8, beat down. That was after the Monday night. So yes, I have not said these scores yet. I really don't even know what happened in that game, but obviously the Niners smacked them. Jacksonville 25, Tennessee 3. Tennessee might be one of the worst teams in football, or not might. They are one of the worst teams in football, but them and the Raiders are 1 and 2 going back and forth between who's truly the worst. Houston 20, Indianapolis 16. Indianapolis is starting to get some losses under their belt. Their schedule doesn't get much easier, so we will see if they make it into the playoffs or if they're one of those hot teams that cooled down as the season went on. Miami 21, New Orleans 17. Miami once again sneakily winning games, and nobody's talking about them, but hey, you never know what could happen about the silent teams that don't get talked about but handle their business week in and week out. And once again, Miami's a team we beat, and I didn't think they were bad, and they played well, so I know everyone's going to be like, oh, they're ass, but they didn't play bad, and we just came back. It was a good game. New York Jets 27, Atlanta 24. Atlanta continues to struggle. Atlanta does not have a first-round pick, so every game that they lose is even more crushing for them as the Rams, the beast fucking Rams, are going to have that pick. Like, it's going to be a top 10 pick. We got Tampa Bay 20, Arizona 17. Really needed Arizona to handle their shit, but once again, we're in a great spot right now to where we control our own destiny. So even if Tampa Bay continues to win, we do face them twice at the end to where, hey, Y'all want to make the playoffs or do you not? So we'll see what happens. But it still would be nice if they lose, especially on our bye week. So we could talk about their matchup in a second. Seattle 26, Minnesota 0. I knew that Minnesota won. Or sorry, I knew that Seattle won, but I did not know that Minnesota didn't even score. Okay. Sorry about those texts. I'm getting messages to check my YouTube page, so I'm assuming that means I hit 100 subscribers. So if I hit 100 subscribers, that means the beanie giveaway will be activated. So that means everybody needs to listen to the next podcast to see how you could enter for a chance to win one of 2 beanies that I bought at the last game. So stay tuned for that. But where were we? I think we were at the Chargers versus Raiders game. The Chargers won 31-14. Like I said, the Raiders are really bad. Buffalo 26, Pittsburgh 7. Pittsburgh's honestly not very good either. That's not unsurprising, but yeah. You're not leaving, are you? Just let me know if you do. Denver 27, Washington 26. That seems like it was a sick game. I did not watch it, but it was I don't know if it was in overtime, but it was a 1-point game. New England 33, the Giants 15. The Patriots continue to roll with Drake May at quarterback. So let's talk about the upcoming games, and then we will get into the Rams game. And then we'll get into the bye week. Psych. Enough with that, 'cause Sizzle is back. Money on my mind and my bankroll's fat. That's Money by The Clinic. Y'all could look that up later. All right, so I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just all over the fucking place. Miami versus New York Jets this week. I mean, I'm going to say Miami's going to win because their playoff chances are still alive, so they got something to play for. Jets will be trying to play spoiler. Honestly, will be probably sneakily one of the best games of the week. Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Baltimore will probably dominate them. But as PMT said, Lamar Jackson really hasn't been running, so if he's not looking the same, I don't know. But their defense has stepped up since, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I think Baltimore will win. New Orleans versus Tampa Bay. Here we go. New Orleans. Not cheering for you. I can't, but I am. But I can't, but I am. Just take that with what it is, okay? I can't, but I am. Just do the damn thing, okay? Shuck, just look like you looked like against us, okay? And then fuck you guys next week. You guys will understand. Indianapolis versus Jacksonville. We got Jacksonville's going to win. Like I said, Indianapolis, this is where their slide comes. This might be just a year too early. Get an okay draft pick in the 10s to 20s, and then get a good player, and then make some noise next year. I don't know. I don't even know what y'all need is the thing. I don't know why y'all are losing these games, but whatever. Tennessee versus Cleveland. I mean, I'm going to say Cleveland just because their defense is elite. They should honestly kill them. Washington versus Minnesota. Sorry, PFT. I think you guys are going to win. Minnesota fucking sucks. Seattle versus Atlanta. I mean, everything is telling me Seattle, but let's give the upset to Atlanta. They don't really have anything to play for. Seattle's got a big head. Atlanta's got a good offense. They're going to come out and show out today, even though I think actually Drake London's not playing. Never mind. Just Seattle's going to win again. Cincinnati versus Buffalo. We got Cincinnati. I mean, Buffalo is closer to the playoff race and should make the playoffs. And once again, Cincinnati has a little bit more to play for. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with Cincinnati today with Joe Burrows Joe Burleson Burrow back. And then Denver versus Las Vegas. Denver. Chicago versus Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay. This is the if you win, you're for real. But if you lose, and like obviously it depends on how you lose. If you're competitive all game, but I mean you could be competitive all game anytime because they're your division opponent. Even though Green Bay has owned you guys in the past, and probably will continue to own. The Rams versus Arizona. Rams will bounce back and win this game. Houston versus Kansas City. Kansas City's got something to really play for, so they're gonna win this game. Feel like they gotta win out, and I think they will. The NFL's rigged in that way. Kansas City's gonna win. They're gonna make it to the Super Bowl again because Taylor Swift is still like this is the Taylor Swift engagement season. They're probably trying to spin the narrative that Taylor's had the hardest life and took the hardest road to make it to where she is. So the Chiefs are going to be doing the same thing, taking the hardest road, like winning 6 or 5, however many games in a row, making it to the playoffs, making it to the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, and it's going to be that storybook engagement, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift season that the NFL is really trying to spin. All right. Tangent. Philadelphia versus the Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers because I kind of want to see Max get mad. And I don't think Philadelphia is that good. Their offense really isn't that good. So, dysfunction in the locker room. I hope you get it figured out. Detroit and Dallas already happened. Detroit won 44-30, but I'll dig into that, I guess, next week. So, we had a game. All my friends were in town. We had Briggs, Daniel, my brother George. Mike came out with son Tommy. Neelish and Nate were there. The crew was there. It was awesome. Had fan interviews. Okay, let's rewind. Okay, we get there. It's me, Daniel, and Briggs at first. We're the first 3 to get there. Daniel probably rolls up at about probably 10:30, 10:45, getting closer to 11ish, something like that. The parking lot that I was at is dead. It's empty. This is a 6-6 team. I know we're about to play the Rams. I know the weather was a little cold and a little wet, but we're on the verge of making the playoffs in how many years? 7, 8 years. So that's a little disappointing. And you'll go watch the video. I have videos of me in the stands. Look at the fucking stands, okay? Look at it. Look at it. This is your team on the verge of playoffs. And I will say this. The fans that were there, we were loud. We did our fucking thing. So we showed out for the boys. But imagine that at capacity. Imagine that building at capacity, guys. It was an amazing game to be at. Thanksgiving vibes. All vibes were positive. Everything was good. But rewinding it, there was like nobody there at the parking lot. I didn't get my first interview till like 11:15. I usually start heading to the game at like 12. So honestly, lucky I was able to get the amount of interviews I did. I honestly got the regular amount that I normally would. The fan interview video is like almost 10 minutes long. Go watch it now. It was a really fun video to make and interviewed some really good people. But everyone had us losing. Everyone. The sports world, our fans, their fans like dogs, cats, fucking bugs. Everyone had us losing, you know? So, but for whatever reason, the vibes were good, even heading in. It was just like so good to see people that you haven't seen in a while, and it's just with your friends. And us bringing in those vibes, the Panthers felt that shit, you know? That's how it works. That's what home field advantage is. Home field advantage isn't how loud you could get. I mean, it helps, but it's the vibes you provide. That's what Carolina is. We're not a big fan base. We're a vibes fan base. If we bring in good vibes in the stadium, we win it. That's the home field advantage we give. But they came out, fucking kick return 50 yards, and we had a penalty, so they were starting at like the 30-yard line. Like, what the fuck? Already? Not only that. Sorry, Sky is biting this sheet, and I don't need her ripping every single piece of clothes and cloth and everything that I have. You crazy! Okay. Where was I? I lost track. But I'm back. I'm not back though. That was just a rhyme. Oh, we're a vibes team. That's our home field advantage. But yeah, Matthews. They started off with the kickoff, 50 yards, penalty, an extra 15. They were on the 30. They instantly score with a some sick magic pass that Matthew Stafford did. Like, everything looked weird, but it was amazing. It was a 6 slant. Devontae Adams' first touchdown of the game. 7-0, like 2 minutes in. And it's just like, we getting fucked. It's definitely going to happen. Everything that people predicted happened. But we pick up our level to the level of competition we're playing. I don't know why we play the good teams well, except New England, Jacksonville, and Buffalo. But Green Bay, and then the Rams, and then I know Atlanta's not a good team, but their division and their offense is still, in my opinion, elite, barring QB play. So we've had good and close games against tougher opponents too. We came out, we drove down and scored, you know? And then on the next drive, I don't like, regardless, at another point, Mike Jackson pick 6. We didn't have J.C. Horn or Trayvon Merrick playing because Trayvon Merrick punched Jawan Ho Jennings in the nuts, and J.C. Horn had a concussion, and it was a short week. We're coming off a short week. Our defensive backs aren't playing. No, like, there's no reason we should have played well. The only thing that we had in our favor was the shitty weather because they're from California, and the time difference because they're 3 hours behind us. So that shit makes a difference. People don't understand. Yes, Stafford still had a hell of a game and played well, and the Rams played well in general, but Stafford hadn't thrown an interception in how long and how many attempts? He was 30-2 coming into this game. He beat the record with the Devontae Adams touchdown, then threw an interception. And that busted, like, now he has that record by 1. It could have been a little bit more, but nah. His mind was off the record. Boom, he's good. He's playing even more free now. Throwing interceptions, Mike Jackson. And I know he threw another one. Just trying to remember to who. What? Oh, yes. Okay. So the second drive, that's what happened. The second drive, and this is all live, by the way. I haven't cut any of this, and I'm going to just keep it in. This is my podcast. This is how we roll. You guys hear the stupid-ass moments. Hopefully they give you some entertainment. Hopefully they don't bore you too much. Some of these parts will. I'm sure this is getting to that point of shut the fuck up and keep going. All right, we're going to keep going. Derek Brown, Defensive Player of the Year Brown, puts his big-ass mitts up, but Stafford decides to bink him in the head. Ball goes skyrocketing. Nick Scott, interception, so they don't score on that second drive. And then their following drive, because we didn't score the next time, their following drive is when he threw that pick 6 to Mike Jackson. And thank God Mike Jackson got that pick 6, man. There had been times that he could have scored earlier this year. And, even that Green Bay pick, if he intercepted that, he could have maybe taken it to the house because surprisingly, Mike Jackson's pretty damn fast, man. I didn't expect that speed. So you could have scored there. You could have scored in Jacksonville or whenever the Cardinals, whenever you had that big pick. I don't remember. One of those games. But, yeah, good job, Mike Jack. Proud of you. Happy for you. And yeah, Stafford continued to play well. Devontae had another touchdown. Puka Nacua had a catch of the year. So seeing all these plays and being at that game, it's pretty surreal and pretty awesome to have in my memory bank now. Once again, man, vibes were immaculate. This was the first game that I went to that I wasn't able to do a jersey swap. But surprisingly, not like first, once again, there wasn't that many fans. That's number one. Number two, the fans that were there were wearing Panther stuff or Ram stuff. There obviously was people who weren't, but they just wouldn't trade. One of the guys wouldn't trade because he said his lucky number is 21 and the jersey he was wearing was 21. And, Sky, what are you eating? I don't know what she ate. Hopefully nothing crazy. I saw you. Don't fucking look at me. I saw you. I saw you. Yeah, so the guy said his lucky number is 21, so they didn't want to give that up. And then, get this. There was a guy with a Will Levis, or Levis. I don't know how to even say his name. A Will Levis jersey, okay? He would not give that up. I'm like, dude, I'll give you a brand new jersey right now with the Panthers store. He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. If you're a Tennessee fan, dude, burn that fucking jersey and get a Cam Ward one. What are we even talking about? Like, unless you get, like, if you're his sibling, you could say that, and I'd be like, all right, respect. And then I would say, you must have 50 of these, so trade me this one. But yeah, I couldn't get anybody to do it, so I'm either buying 2 jerseys at the next game or we let it go. It happens, You can't win them all, just like the Panthers this year. But it was an awesome game. It was so fun to be at. It was so fun being with the friends and family and hopefully, like, now it's our bye week, and what I am predicting to happen is, like, all this inconsistency is that, like, we're finally going to get it together. We're going to get it together. We're going to win out, and we're going to go into the playoffs hot. We're going to be that hot, dangerous team that goes into the playoffs. And the prophecy was said before the season even started. When Ohio State wins the championship, when we verse Jacksonville opening day, when Jennifer Lopez gets a divorce, the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl. We're going to come off the bye week right in hot, beat the Saints, beat the Bucks, beat the Seahawks, beat the Bucks, make the playoffs, beat who we have in front of us. You will have heart attacks. Our name has not changed. It is the Cardiac Cats still, just 2025 version. We're going to make the Super Bowl. Not only that, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And the one change that's making me believe that is we lost to Jacksonville in the opening day. That's the sacrifice we had to make to win the Super Bowl. If this turns out to come true, anytime, first off, we need to get J-Lo remarried as soon as possible. And then we need to recruit for Ohio State. Everybody in North Carolina. Then when we play Jacksonville week 1, whenever that year is, make sure to lose. But yeah, y'all heard it here first. Then I woke up Uh, but awesome game. I don't. Yeah, it's our bye week, so I'm just chilling today. It's sweet. It was my birthday. Like I said, that was sweet. Went to Coco's with my parents, and then T took me to Nakado's yesterday. Been, like I said, slacking on these videos, so it's really, really nice to have been caught up now. Honestly, really nice. It's it it's such a relief for me. I didn't know that when I made this page, it would add like a little extra stress, but here we are. Here I am, and but I like it. You know, I like feeling like I have a sort of like a purpose, not like a you're coming to save the world, but like a different purpose. You know, and it's nice to come here and just honestly spill my thoughts into a mic rather than just keeping them bottled up. But I keep the X-rated thoughts to myself. That's why I can't get everything out. But yeah, I'm gonna just watch. I'm gonna enjoy the day. I'm just gonna be chilling. Probably drink a little bit. Nothing crazy. Probably hop into Saints Row. I got a webcam for my birthday, so I'll probably get that set up so I could start streaming games. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be me playing, beating story games, or when I play co-op, it's just going to be different games and the games people are playing right now, probably. And rebeating games, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, Borderlands 4. I know Briggs is on that Borderlands 1 right now. He fucking loves that shit. He just rebought it. I don't know if I've said that Briggs has had a child since this last time, but Briggs is a dad. Briggs and Megan to a little girl who's now a month old. What the fuck? I saw that post yesterday. I was like, what? Already? Life's crazy, guys. It moves fast. Anything that you want to do, go ahead and do it now. Life is short. I'm glad I've finally did this page because I've always wanted to do just something like this. Not, maybe not like Panthers, but something like this. I'm glad it is the Panthers because obviously I'm a huge fan. But yeah, life's short. Anything y'all want to do it now. Especially while the world is crazy in its state. And hopefully there's good football today. I hope everybody has a great Sunday. Rest in peace, Abu Talal, the oldest living member in our family, died a day after my birthday, December 3rd, 104 years old. Rest in peace to the OG. Love you guys. Panther fans, all fans, anyone listening, anyone that needs to hear I love you, and keep pounding.